Howdy folks, today I've got a replay for you between Vietnameeze and ForTNite. Both of these are good players. You've definitely seen replays that I've cast from Vietnameeze. I don't know if you've seen anything from ForTNite, and this might be the first 1v1 with ForTNite in it. I'm not sure what ForTNite usually plays. I guess Shadow Frost. I see him play Pure Fire a lot too. And Vietnameeze definitely usually plays Shadow Nature. ForTNite takes the Farwell position. I think he might be afraid of losing tier 1. Vietnameeze doesn't usually play fire though, so it's his Shadow tier 1 skills you need to be worried about. I don't know if Vietnameeze's fire tier 1 skills are as good as his Shadow tier 1 skills. We see 2 Sunstriders and 1 Scavenger from both sides. Both sides are saving up for an eruption, which I don't think is going to be needed. Sunstriders played here, and a Thugs from Vietnameeze. This Vietnameeze Scavenger died, and in the meantime, ForTNite is going to kill these Thugs. Nope, he changed targets, the Thugs will live. These Sunstriders will die though. Moving these to avoid a eruption, and looks like Thugs have done a good job so far. Dazed Scavenger, that'll get picked off by the Sunstriders, and we have 2 Thugs stabilize. So Vietnameeze is in a strong position right now, but not a 1-1, not 1 for sure. Maybe ForTNite is playing without Thugs. So if he's playing without Thugs, I would guess he's not playing Pure Fire. Vietnameeze takes a second well. And will ForTNite respond in kind? Or will he try to rush? Looks like he's spawning some more units. Okay, so ForTNite is going to try and rush Vietnameeze's second well. This Scavenger does get out of daze. Okay, oh, but no, it doesn't. It dies. These Thugs are doing work. The Sunstriders should be migrated away. These Sunstriders aren't doing anything. They should get to the fight. And more Thugs from Vietnameeze. This is a big cluster asking for an eruption, but Vietnameeze doesn't have the power. And ForTNite should migrate these guys away from the Thugs. Another Scavenger spawned. And I think Vietnameeze is going to be able to hold this. That's strong eruption material right there, especially if these guys, yeah, so there's two taken, and then these units are retreating, and ForTNite decides to just go for another well. So he doesn't have Sunder, he doesn't have Thugs. Maybe he's playing something really slot intensive like Fire Nature? I'm not really sure. Meanwhile, Vietnameeze takes these Thugs here, and he's going for, looks like, another greedy well. He takes another well here. Small critique of Vietnameeze. I think he should walk in further and take this well, because ForTNite's playing Fire Tier 1, which means he definitely has Skyfire Drake, and this is a good clipping position for Skyfire Drake. Both sides have taken 3 wells each, although Vietnameeze's had his wells up a little bit more, so he should be a little bit ahead on power. Vietnameeze's also got Thugs, which should gain him some power as well. I'm not really sure what Vietnameeze hopes to accomplish by this attack. I think he's going to lose most of his units. Still no Thugs from ForTNite. The Scavenger could pull back. Nope, he's going in. And yes, Vietnameeze has lost his army. Now ForTNite's up with 200 power to do something with. He's going for the rush, spreading those Sunstriders. Vietnameeze's power is really low. ForTNite should have got a bite in on that Scavenger. Interruption here would be pretty big. ForTNite does have power to burn though, so he can kind of just erupt guys at the base. If he gets another hit, he can eruption, and that'll kill the Sunstriders. That was a interruption only hit these Sunstriders. I don't think that was worth it. Okay, looks like Vietnameeze will be able to defend this too. Couple wasted eruptions from ForTNite. He's still doing small damage to the well, so he's at a point where like 2 eruptions could be huge. So we might see ForTNite. Okay, so 1 more eruption if he gets there. Looks like he's not going for the well, and the well heals back up. While ForTNite was spending power in eruptions, Vietnameeze was just saving his power, waiting for the heal. So both sides kind of launched some suicide attacks, and ForTNite decides to go tier 2. What is he playing? Frost. Fire Frost. That's not something you see every day. Fire Frost might actually have a good matchup against all the other fire tier 1s. That's actually interesting. I don't know, I'm not that familiar with it, but as Fire Nature and as Pure Fire, I don't like playing against Fire Frost. So, I don't know, maybe Bandit's just good against Fire Frost. Okay, and there's the Mountaineer and a Ridge Claw. Okay, so that's probably why ForTNite had no thugs. Usually in a Fire Frost, you see one of these two, not both of them. Vietnameeze went tier 2. He's Fire Nature, by the way. So, Fire Nature versus Fire Frost. This is a matchup I do not like as Fire Nature. Mostly because Mountaineer is just really hard to deal with. And if a Skyfire Drake gets an Ice Shield, that's just it's really tough to do anything against that. And so much of Fire Nature is like dependent on how well your Skyfire Drake can cover the field and let your burrowers do work. This Firestorm is just gonna die. Gladiatrix is spawned back here. He gets a shot and interruption. Okay. These Rage Claws are getting a chance to rage up. Rage Claws are not that useful against Fire Nature though, because it takes a while for them to rage up, and then you can just Hurricane them. So basically, between the Hurricane cooldown and just regular, there's not much going on. Burrower here, Stormsinger to counter, and with the Rage Claws, nothing's going to happen. The Rage Claws aren't going to really do much though. The Stormsinger is going to be fine on its own. We get a heal here to save both of these guys. Here comes the Stormsinger. 1 hit from the Stormsinger will kill the Gladiatrix. And there he goes, it dies. These Scythe Fiends, I'm not sure where they're going. They have full health, they don't need to heal up. Mountaineer's still there, really hard to kill it. Although there is enough CC that... Oh, he missed. Oh. Okay. That was a bad lava field. Vietnameeze can just heal up. He's got the power to heal up too. But this might drop because there's no defense. And his Oink missed the Mountaineer, so this is going to drop. Okay, so there we see. I think recently somebody was asking me if anyone ever plays Mauler for any reason. And yes, this right here is why Fire Nature might want to play Mauler. So, good job, ForTNite. The Rage Claws are getting up the rage, which is pretty good. And ForTNite takes a well. That is a little bit greedy in my opinion. He's going up 2 wells basically. And that's going to give Vietnameeze a chance to attack. Vietnameeze spawns some Ghost Spears back here. Stormsinger's trying to clip is not going to do a lot actually because... oh, never mind. I forgot there's Eruption. That's right. Fire Frost is not a deck I'm used to seeing. Okay, so all of this is fine. Vietnameeze has 2 extra wells to ForTNite's 3 extra wells. No, 4 extra wells. And Vietnameeze goes on the offense. You might want to play a Ravage on these Scythe Fiends just to get them starting to heal up. And it looks like this is going to drop. No, he's got power. He can Kobold Trick it. A heal right there would save this guy. Nope, no power for heal. Meanwhile, the Mountaineer and Scythe Fiends here are oinked. And 2 more Burrowers came into the attack. Now this is a really good attack formation from Fire Nature because the way to counter Burrowers is with a Skyfire Drake, and since Vietnameeze already has a Skyfire Drake up, he could like trade Skyfire Drake for Skyfire Drake. Scythe Fiends to counter Mountaineer. Scythe Fiends are good because they have good DPS and because they can't get knocked back fully. So ForTNite wasn't really paying attention and his Mountaineer just died. Now Vietnameeze can take this attack here and do a split attack. This Burrower is going to just die, I think. Maybe he can run away, distract him behind the army while something happens here. Scythian is from ForTNite. That's an interesting choice. We know that he has Lavish Knights. I would think Lavish Knights would be the card to play. By the way, I think this Burrower back here died. Yeah, there's his body. And Vietnameeze goes in for an attack here. I would say the way you have to play against fire, as fire nature, the way against fire frost is you need to kill the drakes as soon as possible and like really aggressively get rid of frost sorceresses. Heal here. Vietnameeze has the power, but he doesn't. Okay, he oinks. Hurricane would wipe away those Rage Claws, so they're not that useful. Okay, they'll kill the Burrower anyway. Hurricane was a little late. Oh, he might not have the power to defend this. As I was saying, the usual attack formation is... Okay, and now Vietnameeze is down to 1 well versus ForTNite's 3 wells. Oh, I think this will drop sometime and I was just not even paying attention. So, oops. That was a solid-ish lava field. Vietnameeze has a dazed Drake, okay. And the Burrower's attacking here again. It's still 3 wells to 1 well. Or I guess 5 wells to 3 wells. But I'm talking in terms of extra wells. So an oink here would be quite good, yeah. So that's going to force like a double eruption basically. Okay, very good. And if Vietnameeze has power for a heal, the Burrower died, but the heal still got off. And he has a split attack going here. Very good play from Vietnameeze. He is getting a kind of comeback. Yeah, the trick with playing Fire Nature is to really use the cheap CC to just eliminate targets as soon as possible. Yeah. So it's 55 plus 75 to kill a 100 power unit, but you're also saving your own 100 power unit, so things to think about. Like in this situation, I mean, in theory it's possibly good to double erupts just to prevent the Skyfire Drake from killing your own Skyfire Drake. And of course you'll do the damage here. Oink is better than double erupting though. Especially because if you just eruption spam, it's frost, so he can like just repair. This Burrower has going here. Yeah, the biggest weakness of Fire Frost is that there are not that many cheap units. So if you can keep them bound in this spot, right, because he's got 2 squads of Rage Claws and a Skyfire Drake, so he's binding, what, 240 power? That's going to give Vietnameeze time to launch an attack here, split attack. ForTNite should probably have these guys go on the offensive. The Gladiatrix runs out of here out of days. He's going to be able to get a shot and kill his Drake. And this is good for Vietnameeze. We're seeing him take 2 separate wells because that's just going to make the repairs less effective. But we're coming into attack here. It did nothing. ForTNite still got all his power bound here though. He decides to take this Drake out normally without using the eruption. And both of these walls are down to half health. Good roots. I would not be surprised to see one of these walls drop. He uses a CC there. And these Scythe Fiends, I think they tried to warp, but they're stuck in the root, so they can't warp. And now he's going to attack. He's letting his Skyfire Drake get ahead of his units though, which means that Vietnameeze is going to be able to eruption, and ForTNite can't. Now Vietnameeze can pull back his Drake and he'll be very fine. Okay, ForTNite was able to defend both of these, and now he's got 2 more bound Scythe Fiends, which gives him, well, his Drake's gone, so it's still 240 power bound in the field. Scythian for Rage Claws, and Vietnameeze comes in for another attack. There's lots of wells at low HP. And ForTNite brings his 200 power from there back into the field. He also has a Mountaineer coming here where you just spawn dazed with the Rallying Banner. 2 squads of Rage Claws, that's 140 power, being CC'd by 1 Hurricane. You know, we've got our roots here and a counter freeze here. This is really good for Vietnameeze because these guys aren't doing damage from the roots, and they're not really taking that much damage because the freeze and the roots is just a lot cheaper. Mountaineer runs away. I would kind of expect to see an oink, or not an oink, a root, just to prevent the Mountaineer from getting away more. Now it's the one who's Vietnameeze, who's binding a lot of power, chasing just this 150 power unit. Burrower comes into the fight here, and Vietnameeze holds everything here, repairs normally. That's going to keep everything at full void power return. If he gets a couple hits on these Scythians, then Vietnameeze could Lava Field and kill the Scythians while damaging the Mountaineer. Looks like that's not going to happen, so the Scythians are going to get out of daze. Good freeze from ForTNite to get everything. And this is all fine. ForTNite just escape these guys and go attack here. Vietnameeze has finally taken an extra well. It is again 2 extra wells to 2 extra wells. Vietnameeze has done some good job coming back from this, but I feel like the advantage is still in ForTNite's court. ForTNite goes tier 3. This might be a little risky. Yeah, hard to say. Your Vietnameeze needs an opportunity to rush, and this is giving him that opportunity. So, especially Frost can't repair buildings which are under construction, so he is now at his most vulnerable right now. But Vietnameeze is not able to rush at this moment. Okay, there we go. Now the rush comes. But how big is ForTNite's tier 3? We saw he had a really small tier 1, but he also had a pretty big tier 2. So that might mean he just has a normal size tier 3. These Scythians are not doing anything because there's 2 squads of Ghost Spears there, and ForTNite drops a well. Meanwhile, we've got Rage Claws going here. I think just Lyrish and Stormsinger would be a better counter to Burrowers because the Rage Claws just get hurricaned. Okay, good roots, and moving these guys around. It looks like ForTNite does not have shield building in a stick. No, he does. Never mind. He does have shield building. Okay. We see the Lyrish Knight, but this is kind of bad focus fire from ForTNite. It's letting both of these guys live, so they're going to be able to get a pretty effective heal. This is defended from ForTNite, and Vietnameeze comes in to attack again. Meanwhile, this well just barely survives because of the shield building. And ForTNite wants to get rid of his Rage Claws. And looks like this is going to drop. I haven't seen any tier 3 units from ForTNite. Okay, this drops. Okay. Now this is really strong for Vietnameeze. These guys get raged up, but then they just get it instantly arcade down, so it's not really that big of a deal. This is at 380 power, so it's almost at a point where it can be erupted. Spawning a Dazed Skyfire Drake was a pretty mistake. It just gets erupted for less power than it costs to summon. When ForTNite realized his mistake, though, that was a good job getting it out of the range so that the eruption didn't hit the monument as well. Okay, and now ForTNite is back down to tier 1. This attack here is just not going anywhere. And ForTNite quits. So, there you have it. Fire Nature versus Fire Frost, which I think is a good matchup from Fire Frost, but Vietnameeze, he had some disadvantages in the beginning, but he played proactively, he played aggressively, he kept ForTNite on his toes, and ultimately he was able to capitalize on some mistakes and come back. Thank you for watching. Hey guys, I want to try something new. The next video I release on this Eirias channel will be something a bit different. It's a project in which I've invested a lot of time and even a bit of money. To encourage you guys to watch that video, I'm going to try giving away about 100 BattleForge points to everyone who comments on the video in the first couple hours. If you want to be notified when that happens, I recommend subscribing.